Greetings and salutations and welcome to Brimley Bays basketball on Eagle 95.1. Scott Nason at the home of the Comets in Mackinaw City as we are awaiting the start of tonight's boys basketball game between the Brimley Bays and the Mackinaw City Comets. My name is Scott Nason. I'll be providing play-by-play for tonight's contest. Our broadcast engineer once again is Katie Woolen, and we are joined by one of the co-hosts of our sports show, The Game, which is heard on Monday nights after the holidays on Eagle 95.1. Ladies and gentlemen, EJ Russell.
Yo!
How'd you like that intro? I worked on that the whole trip down, EJ.
That sounded really good. It made me sound better than I am, but I'm happy to be here. Happy to be watching some high school basketball this evening. The snow's out there, and that only means one thing: time for high school basketball.
It is time for high school basketball indeed, EJ, as we're the JV game just about to end here in Mackinaw City, featuring the Brimley Bays junior varsity team against the Sioux freshman team. And boy, this Brimley Bays JV team putting on a pretty good show here, EJ. They're leading by the score of 63-42, playing a bigger school in the Sioux. But hey, the JV team got to be pretty happy with their performance tonight.
Yeah, and look at, surprise, surprise, another familiar name that we all know. Mason Harris is playing absolutely fantastic in this JV game. But another player who's actually shooting incredibly well is Justin Carrick tonight.
Yeah.
Got a couple of three-pointers, looks all right out there, looks comfortable shooting the basketball, so they look good this evening.
They do, and coming up here in about 15-20 minutes, we'll have the varsity game featuring the 4-1 Brimley Bays and the 2-1 Mackinaw City Comets. We'll talk to Coach Matt Bathy coming up here, EJ. The Bays had a big week last week. They had 3 games, including on Tuesday night against Newberry at the Carl Parker Memorial Gymnasium. The Brimley Bays were up 1 at halftime and went on to outscore Newberry in that second half by a 35-4 margin. They held them to 1 field goal and 4 points in one half. They turned up the press and were very successful. And then on Thursday, the Brimley Bays defeated Engadine. And then on Saturday in their last contest, they had a tough one out in the Central UP as the Bays needed overtime to defeat Superior Central by the score of 71-69. And so, you had a couple games at home you win. A closer game maybe that you might expect against Superior Central, but the Bays get the win. And so they're 4-1 heading into this game against Mackinaw City. Bays got to be pretty happy with where they sit right now.
4-1's a great place to be sitting 5 games into the season. And they're a team that has been performing much better in the second half than they have in the first half in a lot of those games. What's important here today is to make sure that you get out early and get off to a good start today, just because you have struggled early on in this year during the first half of games. Not to say that they're necessarily struggling, but the second half performances have definitely been better. But when traveling an hour plus away like this, it's important to get off to a hot start, find your rhythm quickly, go to your go-to guys. And Brimley likes to run the floor, so let's see them get that energy level up right away and maintain it throughout the game.
Brimley Bays basketball sponsored by Mimic Insurance and the Doug LaPrade Agency, meeting all your insurance needs. Also sponsored by Bay Mills Community College, committed to providing affordable, culturally relevant, accessible, and high-quality educational opportunities to all. You can apply online today at bmcc.edu. This is the last game of the 2017 calendar year. The Bays will resume on January 4th. The Brimley Bays girls team played last night a makeup game at home against the Lansing as the Lansing Vikings defeated Brimley by the score of 50-42. And so the Brimley Bays girls basketball team 1-5 on the season. They will resume play on January 8th as they will host Rudyard. And that'll be our next Brimley Bays broadcast, not until January 8th when they take on the Rudyard Bulldogs. Bays basketball brought to you by the Chippewa County Credit Union, where all families make one union, serving all of Chippewa County, member NCUA, an equal housing lender. And brought to you by Wicked Sister. Burgers, starters, snacks, shareables, soups, and tapas. Voted the #1 pub in the UP, located on Ashman Street in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
I vote them #1 pub in the world. I love that place.
Yeah, we love them. They love us. We love. Sound a little vain there, but they love having our show, The Game, which is heard on Monday nights. So we'll resume that one on January 15th. We're going to take a break here in the pregame show. When we come back, we're going to hear from the coach himself, Matt Bathy, talking about last week and looking ahead to tonight's game here in Mackinaw City, featuring the Brimley Bays and the Comets of Mack City. You are listening to Brimley Bays basketball on Eagle 95.1. Joining us on the pregame show is Brimley Bays head basketball coach Matt Bathy. And, well, coach, last week, 3 games, 3 victories. The two we had on our airwaves at home against Newberry and Ingenine. And then on Saturday, you guys go to Superior Central, win an overtime game. 4-1 on the season, taking on 2-1 Mackinaw City before we get to tonight's game. Thoughts on last weekend? Well, hey, 3 victories.
Yeah, it was a good week, I thought. We played 2 tough teams in Newberry and Ingenine. Didn't know much about Superior Central, and they're a very good team as well. Got lucky enough to win it in overtime. Not playing our best defensively. Offensively, we played fairly well. They're a pretty good team. They hit 11 threes on us, and we only had 9 turnovers, and they had 11 or 12, I think. So, it was a good game. We had it in hand, I thought, and then we kind of let them come back in it, and we got out of there with a victory. I was happy with that.
Do you like having a game like that on a Saturday afternoon? Most games are at night, if not all of them. You get into a certain routine, going on a Saturday. Does that kind of throw off the routine, or are you a big fan of that?
No, I absolutely hate Saturday games or games over Christmas break. Luckily, we don't have any of those this year, but Saturday games, the kids just aren't in rhythm. They get up in the morning, they kind of lay around and wait for the game all day, and they come in, and it just seems like we're flat every Saturday game. And, it's not really an excuse, because we know that that's going to happen. We try to, get fired up. But a 3-hour bus ride on a Saturday is for us, it's not a really recipe for success. But we did get the win. So, like I said, I was happy with that.
Taking on a Mackinaw City club coach, 2-1 on the season. Do you know much about this team? And if not, how do you go out and beat them tonight?
We played them last year, and I think it was a close game, as a matter of fact. But I think the one major scorer graduated last year, and I don't really know what they have. I seen they played. I looked at some scores, but I think we should be able to do fairly well against them, and we definitely have a size advantage looking at them shoot around right now. But, like any game, we have to go out and execute, and I'm really looking for our defense to step up tonight and get back in the ways that we were playing prior to Saturday's game.
Look, going back to that Thursday game, Coach, you guys outscore Ingenine off the bench, I believe 36-5 or something close to that. And, we've said it all along, your depth is one of the biggest strengths as far as I'm concerned with your team, and being able to play these guys, consistently bringing them off the bench, wearing out some of these teams. Are you seeing that as far as an early season trend, and how do you continue that?
Yeah, we do. That's part of our plan is, I'm going to get a lot of kids a lot of minutes, and as long as they're playing hard out there and they're productive, I'll try to leave them out there as long as possible. And I'm trying to get these guys to buy into a team-first mentality, and we got to go with whoever's producing at the time. Saturday, we stuck with the group at the end of the game, probably for the last 6 minutes of the game, including overtime. We didn't sub, and they're the ones that carried us through, and we're playing the best that day. And it's not just scoring. I'm looking for defense and everything else, and just hustle points. But with these guys, I really don't see a team in the area that we've seen so far with the depth that we do. And when we put our second unit in, whoever that may be, because I've had, this is our 6th game, we'll have 6 different starting lineups.
Yeah.
So, we're just trying to find a rhythm right here. And once we find it, we're going to stick with it.
Well, it's been a lot of fun to watch so far. Coach Matt Bathy joining us on the pregame show. Coach, best of luck tonight against the Comets, and we'll talk to you after the game.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Scott Nason, E.J. Russell back in Mackinaw City, Michigan. Starting lineups being announced right now. Starting from the Brimley Bays, at forward number 22, Sam Hopper. Also starting for the Brimley Bays at forward number 42, Brendan Shornack. Starting at guard for the Bays, wearing number 10, Sean Hill. Starting at guard for the Brimley Bays, wearing number 24, Dylan Carrick. And starting at guard for the Brimley Bays, wearing number 34, Zach Gross. The Brimley Bays are coached by head coach Matt Bathy. And now starting lineups being announced for the Mackinaw City Comets. Number 24, Cal O'Brien, starting at forward. Starting at forward, number 32, Josh Julian. Both teams wearing the very similar colors, EJ.
Blue and white seems to be a popular color choice this evening.
Absolutely. Starting at guard number 22 for the Comets tonight, Logan Smith. Starting at guard for Mackinaw City, wearing number 14, Hunter Malchinski. And starting at other guard for the Comets, number 25, Robert Martin. Mackinaw City coached by head coach John Martin. So we're just about set to get going, EJ, as the Brimley Bays 4-1 on the season will be in their blue jerseys with the white trim, while the Mackinaw City Comets in their home white jerseys with the blue trim. Again, these teams have identical colors. I'm colorblind, EJ, but to me, looks like they got the same colors on, doesn't it?
The shorts are the same too. They got the thick stripe down the side, except one's mainly blue and the other's mainly white tonight. But it pretty much looks like the same uniform. Hopefully the team doesn't get messed up thinking this is practice.
Brimley defeated the Comets last year as these two teams tangled here in Mackinaw City. This is the last game before the Christmas break, and we are in the Coach McMahon Gymnasium here in Mackinaw City. The ride down was not bad. A lot of snow on the Sioux. I'm told very slick, but once you got south of 3 Mile Road, at least when we came down, was all right. Shornack to tip off against O'Brien. We're underway. Brimley wins a tip. They're going left to right as seen on your radio dial. Carrick on the left wing being guarded by Melchinsky. Now up top to Sam Hopper. On the right wing, Hill. Up top, Gross launches. 3 short. Rebound inside. Picked up by Carrick, who puts it up and in.
And a nice move there to fake back to the inside, roll out, and then punt back up, falling through to the hoop.
2-0 Bays. 7:30 to play in this first quarter. Now Mackinaw City quickly down court. They have the ball. Hartman up top to Malchinsky. Malchinsky, now he'll launch a 3. That one's short. Rebound picked up by Hopper, but he loses the ball. Now taken by the Comets again. In the paint, that's number 22, Logan Smith. Dishes it out. That's a 3-pointer. No good. That one by Gage Russ. Rebounded by Carrick for the Bays. Brimley with the ball down court. Now in the paint, Carrick drives to the hoop. That one off the glass. No. Shornack gets up the rebound in. And it's 4-0 Bays.
And Brimley doing a nice job there of making sure they rush up the court. That's what they do well. They move the ball quickly, get those rebounds, and fall through to the hoop.
Brimley tries their full court press, and Sam Hopper will commit the foul at the midcourt line. And so that'll be the first foul on the Bays. Brimley with it, or rather the Comets with it, trailing 4-0 a minute into this first quarter. Malchinsky up to Hartman. Jared Hartman now. Gets it to Julian, Josh Julian, along the baseline, almost stolen. Logan Smith with it. Now Julian on the left wing, being guarded by Shornack. Julian centers the ball, now dishes it off to Martin. Martin to Hartman. Now Hartman, bounce pass along the baseline. That shot blocked, and that's going to be a foul. I believe that's going to go against Sam Hopper, and that will be 2 quick fouls on Sam.
Brimley's doing a nice job of playing that man-to-man defense right now. But the one thing that they're going to need to improve on throughout the game is that spacing. They're giving those shooters a little bit too much space on the outside that could end up costing them early in this game.
Fouls against Shornack, his first. So it doesn't go on Hopper. Now Mackinaw City misses their first free throw. That's Josh Julian. He'll shoot one more. Now our first substitution, Tristan Lyons checking in, replacing Sean Hill.
Looking like Brimley's looking to go with their size here. Definitely have the height advantage against Mackinaw City today.
Julian's second free throw up. That one's good. So he splits the pair. Mackinaw City's on the board. They trail 4-1. 6:25 to play in this quarter. Underneath, a steal there by Logan Smith, but it goes off of his hands. Bays retain possession.
Mackinaw City doing a good job of playing aggressively on the defensive side of the basketball right now, but with as small of a lineup as that they have and as few guys, that can end up being tough for them late.
Lions inbounds it quickly to Johanson. He puts it in. 6-2 now quickly down court. Carrick has it. Carrick over to Gross. Puts up the short shot. No, but he was fouled, and that'll be 2 shots at the line for Zach Gross.
And Zach's been doing a nice job today. He's getting comfortable in his shooting positions. No matter who he's had around him, every time he's put that ball up, he's followed through his motion, and he's maintaining his discipline. Doing a good job in getting to the stripe here.
So Brimley at the line shooting 2. Gross makes his first. The Bays free throws have not been good this year. They went 16 of 32 in Superior Central, and we've seen stats worse than that. So Gross does a good job to put that one in, making it 7-1.
And free throws, that's definitely an area statistically that you have to get improvement on. You can't give away those free throws.
Now Jake Hopper checks in for his first action as Zach Gross sinks them both. So the Bays 2 of 2 from the line. They lead by 7 here early. Now a long 3 by Hartman. That one way off the mark. Rebounded by Julian along the baseline. Now underneath, back up top Hartman drives, puts up a wild shot, rebounded by Gross. Here comes Zach Gross. Gross dishes it, lines underneath with the right hand, up and in.
Great vision there on the pass by Zach Gross. Doing a nice job of keeping that ball low and out of the passing lanes, able to get the ball to his teammates.
5 different Bays have scored already. They lead 10-1. 5:40 to play in this first quarter. Now inside, ball deflected by Johanson. Rebounded to Lyons. Lyons gets it to Lipponen, who drives, and he'll be fouled. And Hunter Lipponen, strong, aggressive move to the hoop. He'll be rewarded with 2 free throws.
And the one good thing, that, and you bring that up with him going to hoop, is that every Brimley ball player this evening is very comfortable with the ball in their hands, and everybody seems fine dribbling. A lot of times you don't get that kind of play out of a lot of your bigger guys. So when you can add that dynamic to your offense, you're going to have a good job and score a lot of points.
Lipponen's first free throw rattles in, so Bays 3 of 3 from the line. They lead 11-1. 5:33 to play in the first quarter. Brimley Bays basketball sponsored by Chuck Renzi Ford. You've got a relative in the car business at Chuck Renzi Ford in Newberry. They're located at 309 Newberry Avenue, and you can find them also on Facebook. Second free throw missed by Lipponen. Now Mackinaw City looking for their first field goal. They trail by 10 now. A bad pass stolen by Josh Gross. Now Josh Gross, underhanded pass. Nice one. Up to Lipponen. He puts it in. That was a fancy-looking move there.
He's had a great start to his day, and as long as he continues to play well, Brimley's going to do well.
Bays on fire right now, EJ, as Gross makes the steal. He gets it inside to Jay Copper, and Jay Copper will be at the line shooting 2. Already 6 different scores for the Bays. We haven't even played 3 minutes yet.
And you wonder if Mackinaw City is starting to get a little winded early in this game. They're doing a good job of getting people behind Brimley when they're getting those inbound passes. But Brimley, like they've done in the past, did a great job of moving the ball down the court and doing it with speed.
That foul on Logan Smith, his first, team foul number 3. Timeout on the court, 5:10 to play in this first quarter. 13-1 in favor of the Brimley Bays. Bays basketball sponsored by O'Connor's in Pickford. Check out their full line of Dodge, truck, Ram, and Jeep vehicles. Also brought to you by Bay Mills Resort and Wild Bluff Golf Course. Come stay at the Bay. And brought to you by Baymark, Sunoco, and Gift Shop. Stop in before the game. They have 3 for $3 Powerade. They also have 2 for $3.50 Monsters. Fresh coffee, donuts, and competitive fuel prices. Baymark, Sunoco, and Gift Shop.
You a golfer, Scotty?
I am.
We're going to have to go out and play that course. I haven't played it yet, but I've heard so many great things about that golf course.
It is a wonderful course, and I think that is a definite tee time for us.
Well, yeah, and for anybody listening who hasn't done their holiday shopping for either of us yet, I do need some new golf club covers. Don't feel left out. A lot of people aren't going to like this. I like Ohio State, so that's pretty safe play there. You could get me Browns golf head covers, but I don't think that I would play as well if I use the
find them in the discount aisle
clearance
right
section,
now.
man.
Yeah,
well, that's
exactly.
the good thing about being a Browns fan is everything's always half price.
Yes, indeed. Well, I'm a Lions fan. I'm not far behind you. Hopper's first free throw, no good. He'll shoot one more. Jake kind of just has a smile on his face. When it's 13-1, you can smile when that happens.
Well, the important thing to do here is don't change your routine and don't overextend this shot here.
Second free throw up, no good.
Did
that
exactly
one long.
the opposite.
Rebound picked up by the Comets. They trail by 12. 5 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Hartman with the ball over in the far corner. Now stolen by Gross. Josh Gross with another steal. Now Gross drives, puts it high off the glass. Good. Josh Gross, the 7th different Bays score. Now quickly down court, the Comets have it. They've run into a buzzsaw tonight. Now finding some space underneath, putting it up and in. Logan Smith, Mackinaw City, finally has their first field goal.
And those points weren't very rewarding there. That was kind of it happened because of lazy play. Didn't get back on the defensive side of the ball.
Now Lipponen drives the hoop. That one rolls out, rebounded by Lipponen. Gets his own rebound. Now Lipponen wide open at the far side. Almost thought he might take that 3, but Brimley really getting an inside game early here. We haven't seen that much this year, this early. Now a pass there. Johanson goes to the floor of a jump ball situation. That'll give the ball to the Comets. Now Dante Capelli checking in for the Bays along with Nate Recla, replacing Johanson and Jake Hopper.
Brimley's starting to go with the smaller lineup here. Probably going to move the ball a little bit more, keep running, keep that high-paced offense.
15-3 Bays, 4:15 to play here in the quarter. Now driving to the hoop, shot no good by Hartman, rebounded by the Bays. Here they come. Josh Gross with it. Now he tried that underhanded pass. That one gets deflected out of bounds. We'll stay with the Bays.
Now looking at the press defense there from Brimley, Mackinaw City's got it figured out. That's the 3rd consecutive possession for Mackinaw City when they've been able to get the ball to the guy down on the block. Brimley needs to address that right away and get some help back defensively.
Now a steal by Machinsky. Now Machinsky drives, puts up a wild layup opportunity. Rebounded by the Bays. Here's Lipponen on the near side. Lipponen with the ball. Looking inside. Recla Right of the lane, puts up a shot. Good. Nate Recla puts it in.
Nice job of using his size on the smaller defender there. Backed him down, was able to elevate the ball above him and put it in the rim.
Open at the far side. That's O'Brien for a three. No good. Rebound. Check that. That was Martin for a three. Rebounded inside. Blocked by Lions. Now Dante Capelli has it. Capelli with the ball on the left wing side. Up top to Gross. Lions on the right wing. Now Lions being pressured a bit. Brimley just having their way here early. Lions still has the ball. Lions over near side. Lipponen thought about the three. Gives it to Capelli. Swings over to Gross. Now Lions inside. Good ball movement. Lipponen. Nice pass. Recla misses the shot. Rebound. Recla goes for it. Tips it to Lions. Bays retain possession. Now Lipponen in the far corner. Thought about the three. Gives it over to Capelli. Near side Lions. Good ball movement for the Bays tonight. Lipponen underneath. Puts up the shot. Good.
Brimley, like you just said, doing a great job. Move the ball around the arc about 3 different times there. Get pressure here, getting the steal, and they're going to go up for another
by
easy
Capelli.
bucket.
Yes, indeed. Josh Gross puts it in. 21-3 Bays. They are on fire tonight.
And this is the kind of start you want in this game early, going an hour away on the road.
Now the Comets break the press, put up a shot up and in by Robert Martin, his first two. Bays lead 21-5, 2:35 to play in this quarter. Now driving. Gross puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebound. Recla puts it up good. How about Nate Recla? Guy that doesn't get a lot of minutes, EJ. He's off to a great start here tonight.
And again, you got to get the ball to whoever has the hot hand right now. And he's the guy, like Coach said before the game, feed him because he's hungry right now. And he's doing a great job putting the ball in the hoop.
Bays, or rather the Comets actually broke the press there. They had a 3-on-1, but they threw the pass out of bounds, so the Bays will keep it. So Brimley right now, 8 players that have already scored. Lipponen leads the way with 5. And this depth for the Brimley Bays, again showing the guy, Nate Recla, guy that doesn't get a lot of minutes, but boy, he's come out and played well here in this first quarter.
Played well and's been productive both sides of the basketball, offensively and defensively. Obviously he's put a few in the net tonight, but it's great to see him getting those rebounds on the defensive
Jay
side.
Copper's 3, no good. Rebounded by the Comets on the near side. That's Hartman. Dishes it out to Machinsky. Mackinaw City looking to get some offense here. Now Machinsky drives. That one partially blocked, I think, by Hopper. Rebounded by, actually goes to Mackinaw City at center court. Now taken by the Comets. Jared Hartman. Hartman with the ball. Stolen by Gross. Zach Gross now drives. Gross lost the ball. And that's going to go off of him out of bounds to the Comets.
Takes a hard foul there, but he's doing a good job of showing a lot of heart. Pops right back up and is ready to play here. He's been very physical at the beginning of this game, getting in tight against those players, getting steals and creating opportunities for the Brimley Bays.
23-5 Brimley, $1:45 to play in this first quarter, the last game of 2017. Bays will resume action on January 4th against St. Ignace. Now the Comets with the ball. Mackinaw City looking to claw their way back into this game. Now a 3 near side. O'Brien good. So the first 3-pointer for either squad good. And it's 23-8 Bays. Sean Hill with the ball. Up top to Carrick. Now on the right wing, Hill. Over to Hopper. Jake Hopper in the near corner. Over top. Gross. Hill. Open. Launches. 3. No good. Rebound picked up by Hartman for the Comets. Quickly down court. Nice one. Cal O'Brien underneath. He puts it up and in. So Mackinaw City on a 5-0 run. Cutting the lead to 13. Minute to play here in the quarter. Now Hopper drives and an offensive foul. So the Comets starting to find some momentum late in this first quarter.
And that was a really smart play there by number 12, Jared Hartman of the Mackinaw City Comets to stop, set his feet, allow the Brimley player who had his head turned as soon as he came through to that play, tried to fall through to the hoop. Unfortunately, ran into that defender, had his feet set, and it was a charge. 1
minute to play in the first quarter. Mackinaw City with the ball, trailing by 13. 2-1 on the season, the Comets. The Bays 4-1. It's their only meeting. Now nice pass underneath. Another nice pass. Good ball movement by Mackinaw City. And Cal O'Brien puts it in, and they're on a 7-0 run. They've cut the lead to 11.
Well, and the Bays have been doing a lot of pressuring the ball with 2 or 3 guys at one time right now, trying to force Mackinaw City to make mistakes. But what Coach Bately has Brimley doing a great job of right now is hustling to the ball, both on and off the ball movement, and that's causing Mackinaw City to wear down. That's going to cause them to be winded later on in the game.
Comets foul there. Cal O'Brien. Bays have the ball. Now Hill near corner. Launches a 3. That one's way off. Rebound picked up by Mackinaw City. They can cut this one under double digits here. That'd be a moral victory for them going into the second quarter. Now bounce pass up top. 20 seconds to play here in the first. On the baseline. 10-footer. Good. Logan Smith has 4, and all of a sudden it's a 9-point game.
Mackinaw City doing a good job of hitting those mid-range shots.
Now the Bays getting a little sloppy here towards the end of the quarter as Hill's pass goes off of Shornack's hands out of bounds. And so Mackinaw City right now on a run, looking to end the quarter with maybe a couple more points. Comets with the ball, 10 seconds. Across the baseline, Melchinski double team. Now finding an open player underneath. That's Logan Smith. He has 6, and it's a 7-point game. 1 second. Bay's got to get the shot off. Carrick does, and good! Dylan Carrick hits the 3 from way downtown. And after 1 quarter of play, it's 26-16 in favor of Brimley. You're listening to Brimley Bays basketball on Eagle 95.1. Got Ace and EJ Russell back to live action here in the second quarter. Brimley off that 3-pointer at the buzzer, leads by 10. Now quickly a steal by the Bays. That shot by Dylan Carrick from way downtown. EJ, that was about 3 steps inside the half-court line.
One of the better buzzer beaters I've ever seen in high school.
Off the glass with the kiss, as they say.
It was beautiful.
Now Lipponen over at the far corner. Bays lead by 10. They've led by as many as 19, but the Comets went on a run in the late of that first quarter. Bays really ended that run with emphatic fashion with that 3. Now Mackinaw City with the ball, trailing by 10. 7:15 to play in the second quarter. Comets with it on the near side. That's Cal O'Brien. Now O'Brien in the paint, puts up the shot, short, rebound, goes right to the Comets. Now another short, too. That was shot also short, rebounded by Lipponen. Lipponen with 5, along with Carrick to lead the Bays. Now nice pass underneath as Lipponen finds streaking Josh Gross. He puts it in. Bays lead by 12.
And the Gross boys have been all over the court offensively
have.
this evening.
Now another steal there by the Bays. Capelli with it. Recla out there. Now Lions looking. That pass deflected out of bounds by O'Brien, will stay with the Bays.
And the one thing here is if you're a leader on this Brimley basketball team, you need to look at your teammates right now and say, hey guys, settle down. We've got the 28-16 lead right now. There's no reason for us to be making poor mistakes. Recompose yourself and re-attack this game in a positive way.
Now Lipponen dishes it out. Lions open, far side, 3, no good. Rebound inside. Recla again puts it up off the glass, and then Nate Recla with 6 points.
And both sides of the ball this evening, Brimley's doing a great job of getting to the hoop, crashing the boards, and creating those opportunities off those second
Now
chances.
another steal, EJ, as Lions will lay it up and in. That steal by Gross. Tristan Lyons with 4. The Bays lead by 16.
No second chances needed on that one.
No, now driving to the hoop underneath. Shot up, no good. And that will Recla there. Pass a little too quickly to Lipponen. That'll go back to the Comets.
And again, if you're Brimley here, just take a deep breath. Woo-saw, reset yourself, and find your game. You've been doing a nice job maintaining those rebounds, both offensively and defensively. Own the boards and let that become your identity in this game because you've been feeding the ball low and are able to score those points in the post. Continue to do that, but keep running the floor. Stay calm.
Dylan Carrick and Sean Hill checking in for the Bays. So you have Lyons, Gross, Hill, Carrick, and Recla out there for the Bays. Now a shot missed by the Comets. Quickly down court, Josh Gross streaks to the hoop, puts it up and in. Josh Gross with 8, and the Bays now lead by 16.
And smart job by Josh there to keep the ball low. As he's driving to the hoop, the defender goes up early. But by staying low, allows the defender to go over the top, gives that pump, comes back underneath, and is able to lay it off the glass.
That's bad Sioux High math by me. The Bays lead by 18 with 5:50 to play in the second quarter.
We won't hold it against
I'm not blaming the school. I'm blaming myself. Now Gross, open 3. That one's no good, and that one will be kept alive by Lyons. Lyons underneath, puts up a shot, no good, follows up his own rebound, finds some space, puts it up and in.
Brimley dominating the boards again, able to get up there with another rebound and a layup.
Lions with 6. The Bays lead by 20. Now Mackinaw City with the shot. Martin for 3, good. So Robert Martin with 5.
A lot of the opportunities Brimley giving up are on the outside here near the three-point line.
Now Hill over to Carrick up top. Near side Hill. Carrick over to Josh Gross. Lob pass to Carrick. Over to Lyons. Back to Carrick. Over to Hill. He's open. He spots up from 3. Yes, sir.
And if you're not going to guard him on the three-point line, Sean Hill making a great decision to pull the trigger there. Make him respect you out there because if you're able to shoot from the outside, that's going to reopen up the inside game.
Now another 3, EJ, by Robert Martin. He's made 2 straight. He has 8 to lead the Comets. And quickly down court, here's Hill. He lays it up and in. That was fast.
And I thought this was winter, but it's been raining buckets in here the last couple of minutes.
Brimley on a torrid pace here, scoring-wise. Already have 41 points. Still a lot of time left in this quarter. Now finding some space underneath Cal O'Brien. He lays it up. He has 9.
That's the 4th or 5th time in this basketball game where Brimley's allowed that inside pass to get to the paint. You need to do a better job of shoring up defensively near the hoop, because you've been dominating rebounding the ball this evening. And if you're going to give up those inside shots like that very easily, you're not going to be able to continue to get rebounds. And that's what's causing Brimley to get these second opportunities, get the ball over and over again, push it down the court, and score more points. I'm not saying that they're not in control of this game, but you need to get that addressed quickly.
Timeout on the court by Coach Matt Bathy. 4:33 to play in the second quarter. Brimley with a 41-24 lead, as they have 9 different scorers leading the way right now. Josh Gross, he has 8. Tristan Lyons and Nate Recla with 6. And for Mackinaw City, you have Cal O'Brien with 9 and Robert Martin with 8. And again, you already see that depth. No points off the bench for Mackinaw City. They don't have a very deep bench. And, well, a bunch of points already for Brimley.
Brimley doing a great job of spreading the ball around, like you said. Go with the hot hand. Just keep fitting the Gross boys. They're hot right now.
Hill's hot, and he hits another 3. Sean Hill with 8 straight points. And the Bays lead again by 20. You just don't know which way this team's going to score offensively or which player is going to get open and shoot. They're all scoring tonight. Now a nice defense there by Johanson, rebounded by the Bays. A little fancy dribble there by Carrick, as the Bays get away with that one, as Mackinaw City got the ball, but they travel.
And I like the idea to go to behind the back there and try to maintain distance between the player and the ball. But use your body for that. Brimley did a good job of that early in the game, is using your body to protect the ball. Go back to that and don't try the fancy moves. Stick to what you know and keep it simple.
Josh Gross over to Carrick on the left wing. In the paint. Now Hill open. Why not shoot it again? That one's off the mark. Rebounded by Zach Gross. Zach Gross gets it to Josh Gross. Over to Hill. Now they put a body on him. Gross to Gross. Zach Gross. Back up top to Josh. Over to Carrick. Carrick on the right wing. Swinging it out to Gross.
Nobody sees Hill.
Hill's open again. Nice no-look pass there to Carrick underneath. Good pass and a good shot by Dylan Carrick. He has 7.
And really that whole play set up by the three-point success that Sean Hill had. As soon as he got that ball, defender closed in on him, able to dump it low and get the easy bucket.
Bays lead by 22, their biggest lead of the night. 3:25 to play in the second quarter. Coming up, we'll have our Superior Pizza and Subs halftime show, as we have a charging foul underneath. Great positioning by Josh Gross, causing the contact and the turnover.
And Josh Gross has done a nice job this evening of really showing his basketball IQ. Knew the player didn't see him there, was able to set his feet, take the charge, and get Brimley the ball back, get another possession, and go up more.
Hunter Machinsky with that foul. He has 2. Not a lot of fouls here in this first half. Now here's Josh Gross with it. Gross drives, puts up a shot. No good. Rebound picked up by the Comets. Here's Evan Kronk. Gets it inside to Machinsky. Nice move, but he missed the layup. Rebound underneath. Follow-up shot no good. That one by Lalonde. And here come the Bays. Carrick with it. Carrick over to Hill. Open. Spots up. 3. No good. Rebounded inside Carrick. Finds some space. Puts it up. Puts it in. He has 9.
And Sean Hill, yes, he did miss that shot, but needs to do a better job of following up on his shots there. Because if he does, instead of the other player getting the 2 points, he can get the easy bucket.
3-pointer missed by Robert Martin, quickly rebounded by the Bays. That's going to be a charging foul, as Zach Gross, a little out of control. Good positioning by Hunter Machinsky. That's Zach Gross's first foul.
And as much as we want people to respect the officials, I don't know if I agree with that call there. I thought the player was moving ahead and had his feet set there. But got to respect the call. Brimley up big.
Yeah, Ron Van Sloten, Pat Van Sloten, and Todd Menard, a veritable who's who in the officiating ranks. And that's going to be a foul on Brimley, as Mackinaw City had a drive to the basket. That'll be the 5th foul on the Bays. Team foul. 5 team fouls also for the Comets. And that foul will go on number 24, Dylan Carrick. So Sam Hopper with 2, and everybody else with 1 for the Bays.
And Coach Bathy doing a nice job again, cycling players in and out, keeping those legs fresh, taking advantage of the numbers game here as far as the players are concerned.
Now the Comets with it. Inbounding it to Cal O'Brien in the paint. Now dishes it out. Thinking about a 3 was Julian. Back between the circles to Machinsky. Machinsky being guarded by Lipponen. Now Machinsky finds an open player. Launches for 3. That one's no good by O'Brien. Rebounded by Gross. Now Lipponen has it. Lipponen over to Zach Gross. Back to Lipponen. Wide open. Doesn't take the 3 though. Gets it to Gross. Over to Lyons. Inside, Lipponen, turnaround shot, good. That's just too good right there.
Brimley's hard to defend right now because either they're rushing down the court or they're doing a good job of getting set up in the zone, working the ball around and allowing their offense to take shape. But you really see that Brimley is staying disciplined, working their system, doing a good job here of getting to the foul line.
Josh Julian with the foul, so an and 1 for Hunter Lipponen. He has 7. Bays lead 50-24, minute 59 to play in the second quarter. Free throw no good, but Johanson puts it up off the glass, and then he has 4. And the Bays now lead big, 52-24, less than 2 to play in the second quarter.
And it always causes a little bit of extra love for the team when you get up there and you get those rebounds off of an offensive free throw. Nice job by Johanson there to go up, get the rebound, and put it back in.
Now we're going to have a double dribble on Julian. Good pressure defense by Johanson. Minute 43 to play in the second quarter. Bays lead 52-24, looking to go to 5-1 into the holiday break. Now Zach Gross over to Jake Hopper. Back up top to Gross. Lions open on the right wing. They give it to Lipponen. Looking inside, Johanson. Puts it up off the glass. No good. Gets his own rebound, but I think it went over the back. And that'll be the 16th foul on the Bays, the first on Johanson.
And when you have the size advantage like that, no need to go over the back. Jump straight up, get your hands above the other player, and grab that ball. Obviously not doing a good job of getting into position there, but use your height to your advantage. Go up and get it.
Comets with the ball, trailing 52-24. $1:20 left here in this second quarter. Machinsky now over in the far corner. Bounce pass to O'Brien. Now O'Brien drives the baseline. Double teamed, and that's going to be a jump ball. And that will stay with the Comets. Good defense there underneath by the Bays.
Brimley's been doing a nice job of when that player goes to run the baseline, sliding down there and getting that extra protection to seal him from getting to the basket underneath.
Now the Comets with it. Lob pass taken by Hopper. Jake Hopper gets it to Gross. Now over to Lipponen. Inside. That's going to be a foul on number 24, Cal O'Brien. His second. And that'll be a 1-and-1 situation for the Bays, who are 3 of 7 from the foul line.
And again, if you're Johanson here, do a nice job. Or you want to do a nice job, of making sure that you use your body to gain that inside position there and get those easy buckets. Good job getting to the stripe.
So here's Johanson, a 1-and-1. First free throw, no good. So the Bays free throw struggles continue. They're 3 of 8, and that's going to be not a good. That one went out of bounds, so that'll stay with the Comets.
1:04 left in the second here, but Brimley up pretty big.
Now the Comets with it. Minute left to play here in the quarter. Now here's a drive, underhanded shot, and one. What a nice individual effort there by Machinsky. His first 2, and boy, he made that one count.
And that's the second time that Machinsky has tried to go to that Euro step style of driving to the rim. I think that it's a travel, and one of these officials, if they take a good look, that's going to get called later on in that game. You're not going to be able to get away with it all day.
Free throw up and in by Machinsky, so he has 3. Bays lead by a bunch, 25. Brimley with the ball. Over to Jake Hopper on the left wing. No look pass to Johanson. Now Johanson double teamed inside. Puts up a nice shot. Runner along the baseline. Good.
And when you got size like that, you might as well go to the hoop because you're able to get up and over everyone. Easy bucket there.
Johanson with 6, 30 seconds to play. The Bays on pace for over 100 points here in this game if we don't get the running clock. They may get it too.
And when you're getting the kind of production that they are out of everybody, there's no reason they can't put up 100 points tonight.
20 seconds to play in the quarter. Machinsky now loses the ball, picked up by Lyons. Lyons with it, see if the Bays play for the last shot. That's just crazy dribbling right there. And Lyons there, what was the call there? I missed it. They called traveling?
Not on Lyons. Travel got called there
okay.
On a different player. But Tristan, that's the second time in the last 2 possessions he's crossed somebody up like that.
10 seconds to play here in the quarter. We'll have our Superior Pizza and Subs halftime show coming up. Shot at the free throw line, no good. Picked up by Hopper. 5 seconds to play. Now Jake Hopper driving, puts up a runner, no good. And after 1 half of play, it's been all Brimley. They lead by the score of 54-27 over the Mackinaw City Comets. We'll be back with our Superior Pizza and Subs halftime show here on Eagle 95.1. Welcome back to Mackinaw City and our coverage of the Brimley Bays, the Mackinaw City Comets, and boys basketball here in our Superior Pizza and Subs halftime show. Superior Pizza and Subs, simply the best pizza, the best subs. They are located on West 6 Mile Road, right across from the Brimley State Park in beautiful Brimley, Michigan. It's been a beautiful game for the Brimley Bays as they lead by the score of 54-27 over the Mackinaw City Comets. 9 different Bays have scored. We'll get to the stats in a moment, but we have our special guest analysis here. We'll get back to E.J. Russell in a moment. We're joined right now by my youngest son, Liam Nason, who is here watching Brimley Bays basketball. Liam, what did you think about the first half for the Brimley Bays?
Well, I thought Brimley did very good. They went 54-27, played good defense, played good offense. All they needed to do is keep this up till the second quarter. they can maybe let loose for a little and they'll be good.
Awesome.
But not too much.
Not too much. That's very good analysis, Liam. Very good. We'll get your thoughts here at the end of the game, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's go to E.J. Russell next.
How am I supposed to top that?
I know, that was fantastic, wasn't it? We'll get
Liam's killing it.
We'll get Vance Nason in here in a moment, but E.J., let's talk about this first half. Brimley, 54-27 lead, 9 different scores. I mean, you have their leading scorer, Dylan Carrick, with 9, Sean Hill and Josh Gross with 8, Hunter Lipponen with 7, 3 players with 6, depth. They just can beat you so many ways. Your thoughts of the first half?
I almost wanted to say that first half was Gross, because that was a name that you heard a whole heck of a lot in the first half. Both of the Gross boys doing a nice job of moving the ball around, but the one thing that Brimley was able to adjust on and do so very well in that first half of basketball is early on in the game they were relying on that transition and their speed to get up and down the court. But Mackinaw City did a good job of exposing that press coverage as far as the defensive side go, and Brimley putting that full court press on. Mackinaw City doing a nice job of getting guys open on the left and the right side of the court, taking advantage of that over-aggressive Brimley defense. But Brimley goes, and in that second quarter, slows it down, goes to that half-court offense. And you saw him rotate that ball and really spread it around. I think on the one possession, it went over and back across the arc as they were swinging around about 3 or 4 times before they finally decide to work the ball low and score some points. But they're doing a nice job. Not a lot of things that you need to work on going into the second half, but just kind of keep up that momentum, continue to spread the ball around. Yes, you're up big. Don't get overconfident. Keep playing good defense.
Let's go to our next analyst. His name is Vance Nason. And Vance, boy, that was some effort for the Brimley Bays in the first half. Your thoughts on the game so far?
I thought that Brimley's been playing very well offensively. They've passed it around outside and then gotten inside and gotten those few points. They've shot 3-pointers. They've been really consistent except for free throws. Except what I think they really need to do is they need to come up at halftime with a way for the defense, because like EJ said, they're getting open on the right and left side. And if they can stop that, then they can win this game.
And guys, you know, it's fun basketball to watch. When you see a team with this many players contributing, you don't see that much in high school basketball, especially when you get to the Class D level. Usually it's, 3, 4, 5, maybe sometimes 6, sometimes 7. You got 11, 12 guys that are just going out there, and for lack of a better term, they're just balling.
And that's the one thing that Brimley is doing well, is they are balling right now, and they're playing well as a team. When you have the numbers that they do, playing a smaller team numbers-wise, like Mackinaw City, you want to run the ball. But Mackinaw City did a great job of counteracting that. And that's something that's difficult to fight against when you have low numbers like they do. But Brimley and Coach Bathy doing a great job of making those adjustments, going to that half-court offense, and really rotating the ball.
Yeah, recap the scoring quickly. As I mentioned, Dylan Carrick with 9, Sean Hill, Josh Gross with 8, Hunter Lipponen with 7, Tristan Lyons, Nate Recla, Kaleb Johanson with 6, Zach Gross and Brendan Shernack with 2 for Brimley. For Mackinaw City, they're led by Cal O'Brien with 9, Robert Martin with 8, Logan Smith 6, Hunter Machinsky 3, Josh Julian 1. Free throws, Brimley 3 of 8, Mackinaw City 2 of 3. So Vance, thank you for joining us at halftime. We'll talk to you during the postgame show.
Looking forward to it.
All right, EJ and I will be back with our second half here for Mackinaw City on Eagle 95.1. Welcome back to Mackinaw City. Scott Nason along with E.J. Russell here at halftime. Our broadcast engineer tonight, Katie Woolen. Want to thank Liam and Vance Nason for their halftime thoughts and analysis. Great job by those two. Granted, I'm going to say that regardless, but boy, that's some good stuff.
They're good. They know what they're talking about. And it probably has something to do with the fact that their dad talks sports nonstop.
They've heard it a lot, yeah. And another, got to give kudos here to the Mackinaw City band. Boy, do they sound! That's an impressive sounding band, DJ.
Man, I've been over here with my fancy new Indians pencils.
You like that?
Thank you, Sky. I've been over here jamming out on my kneecaps all throughout this game. But they do sound great. A little Pirates of the Caribbean there for you during halftime.
Yeah, exactly. Let's look at our upcoming broadcast schedule here in Eagle 95.1. We're going to have a couple Sioux High Blue Devil hockey games coming up, as the Blue Devils will be down in Ferris participating in a showcase. They'll take on Big Rapids tomorrow night. That one's set to face off at 7:45 pregame show. The face off at 8, and then on the 21st on Thursday, the Blue Devils will be taking on Jackson Lumina Christi. I always have a hard time saying that one. Pre-game show 1:45 with the face-off at 2, and then the Blue Devils will be in Marquette, Michigan on December 29th, taking on the Marquette Redmen that night, and then taking on Kingsford on the 30th. And then we'll have a couple more Sioux High Blue Devil hockey games at home. On January 5th, Tri-Valley will take on the Sioux High Blue Devils, and then January 6th, Plymouth will face Sioux High. And our next Brimley Bays basketball contest on the radio will be on Monday, January 8th, when the Brimley Bays girls team will take on Rudyard. We'll also have a Thursday night game that week in Detour, as the Brimley boys will be in Detour. And then the Friday night, Friday, January 12th, we'll have Brimley Bays girls action, as the Bays will be also in Detour. So we are set to start our second half. Brimley with 9 players that have scored. Mackinaw City yet to have any bench scoring. And you look right now at Brimley, EJ. I got to add that out. Again, that's Sioux High math there playing tricks on me. We have
well, math's not easy.
14,
it takes time.
20,
carry the 2. You know how to do
33 points
there
off the bench. You're outscoring Mackinaw City 33-0, which isn't that much of a surprise. But again, you have that margin. You get so many guys contributing. Makes it awfully darn tough to come back. Bays with the ball going right to left. Now Hopper drives, puts it up off the glass and in. Sam Hopper with his first 2, so now 10 Bays have scored here tonight. Along the baseline, that shot blocked by Shornack, rebounded by Sam Hopper. Now he runs the floor, gets it to Gross, inside Hopper, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound by Shornack. He puts it up, no. Rebounded by Hartman for the Comets.
Brimley doing a nice job of making sure they're communicating defensively and getting those switches when they're needed.
Now Hartman with the ball. Top of the circle, nice pass underneath. Driving up in Logan Smith, he has 8. Nice little pass and shot there.
Brimley not watching the defensive back door there and just letting 22 slip behind him for the easy bucket.
Now Zach Gross, top of the circle. That pass kept alive by Shornack. Pass to Matt Bathy. He's no longer eligible. He aged out about 35 years ago.
He's got a blue uniform on, so why not throw him out there? But
might be a little off on the
lack
math.
of hair might give it away.
Maybe it was 25. I digress. Right. You know, his daughter's listening at Superior Pizza and Subs. She's probably laughing at that one. At least I hope she is. Now that pass goes off a Comets player out of bounds. Bays have it, leading 56-29. Carrick over to Hill. Hill up top. Hopper at the free throw line. Now he drives the paint, puts up a shot. No, but he draws the foul. That'll be 2 shots.
And over on the right wing there, you had number 34, one of the Gross brothers, sitting there wide open. Got to be able to use your eyesight there and look to your wing players. Feed that ball to the outside, because the way that they've been playing today and the way that Gross has been shooting, no reason he's not going to feel confident putting that ball into the hoop.
Logan Smith with the foul for Mackinaw City. He has 2. Now Hopper makes the first free throw, misses the second, so the Bays 4 of 10 from the free throw line. Again, that's really the one area that they're still struggling in.
Have struggled with throughout the year as well.
Now here's the Comets with it. Martin, right of the lane. O'Brien, now back up, almost mid-court half-court violation there. Machinsky with it, top of the circle, getting it to O'Brien. Now O'Brien drives, underhanded shot, no, but that's going to be a foul. I believe that's going to go against Shornack. If it is, that's his second.
And that's tough to do there if you're Mackinaw City. Try to drive the ball low, because Brimley's got a lot of tall trees that are standing down there with their hands up. Not smart decisions by Mackinaw City to try to drive low, especially when you're getting the kind of help defense that you have from Brimley.
They actually gave that foul to Hopper, Sam Hopper, his 3rd, so he'll sit down. Johanson checking in.
Another tall tree.
Yep, first free throw missed by number 24, Cal O'Brien. He'll shoot 1 more. Mackinaw City 2 of 4 from the line. Make it 3 of 5 as O'Brien sinks the second. He's the only player in double digits now. For either squad, he has 10. Now underneath, Shornack. Pass, trying to find Hill. That goes off of Hill, out of bounds. Back to the Comets.
Tough call by the officials there. Good call by the officials, and Mackinaw City's going to bring the ball across the court.
Across midcourt line, Machinsky with it. Now Machinsky, left of the lane. Back to O'Brien. O'Brien gets it on the near side. Now gets it back on the right wing. O'Brien being guarded by Johanson. Over to Machinsky. Now Machinsky. Pass. Logan Smith drives, puts up a shot. Too hard. Rebounded by Carrick. Now Carrick quickly to Hill. Inside Johanson. Nice passing. And Kaleb Johanson puts it in, giving assist to Hill.
Absolutely beautiful one-touch pass by Sean Hill. Got it in his hand, immediately redistributed into the paint, letting the big guys go to work and get the easy bucket.
59-30 in favor of the Bays. We're in danger of the running clock here if this continues. Now inside,
Ooh.
nice block there by Hartman on the shot by Carrick. Rebounded to Hill. Now Hill in the paint. We'll bring it back outside over to Zach Gross. Up top to Hill. Near side, Carrick. Carrick in the paint. Johanson loses the ball, but I think we have a foul possibly. That'll be the second foul, I believe, on Mackinaw City.
One thing Brimley did really well there in that possession is when you started to get a little mix-up and overrush, Sean Hill pulling that ball out, getting over to Gross, and resetting the offense.
Now the Bays with it. In the paint, Shornack. Inside, now Shornack puts it up and in, and one. As Brendan Shornack with 4, and he'll go to the line shooting 1.
And those two really having a nice job of connecting through passing the basketball right now. 2 plays back-to-back that Sean Hill has been able to dump that ball off over to number 22, Brendan Shornack, and him able to go up easily, get that bucket, and lay it up off the glass.
Shornack makes the... Did he make that free throw?
Yes,
he did. Okay. Shornack now with 5. Bays leading by 32. Now in the paint outside. Julian drives, and it'll be a blocking foul, I believe, on Johanson. It'll be his second non-shooting foul, the second team foul on Brimley here in this second half.
And if you're a Brimley defender, when a guy's making a move like that, the one thing that you want to make sure you do is watch the player's hips, because when a guy's turning, especially in basketball with as quick moving and as shifty as he is, his hips are going to tell you where he's looking. So watch the player's hips. Don't focus on his eyes, because that's an easy way to get fooled up and let them get an easy bucket.
4:47 to play in the third quarter. Brimley leading big 62-30 over Mackinaw City in boys basketball. Well, that pass goes over the half-court line, but nobody touched it, so no damage done. Machinsky with it. Being guarded by Lipponen. Now Machinsky dishes on the right wing to Hartman. Hartman right of the lane. Now Cal O'Brien over to Hartman. Hartman now pushes off a little bit, finding space inside, up and in by Logan Smith. He has 10.
It's smart by Brimley there not to come over the top and commit a foul there. Let him have that easy bucket. He's already established his lane there.
Gross with some space, drives, puts it up off the glass. No, rebound inside. That'll go out of bounds. And what's the call here? They're going to give the ball to Mackinaw City. So the Comets trailing by 30, 4:15 to play in the third quarter. Our last Bays broadcast of 2017. Looking forward to a bunch of them in 2018. Now we have a foul inside. That's going to go against Brimley. That'll be their 4th team foul. Check that, their 3rd. That'll go against Josh Gross, his 1st.
And the one thing that Brimley hasn't done in this second half so far is been as verbal and communicate as well on the defensive side of the basketball. Get that communication level back up, because you're making silly mistakes right now. Reestablish yourself defensively and dominate on the boards.
Now in the paint, that one passed to one of the cheerleaders. They're not eligible either.
I don't think she wanted the ball either.
No.
Moved out of the way very quickly.
I don't blame her. Would have done the same thing. 4:02 to play in the third quarter. Brimley leading by 30. Josh Gross across the midcourt line to Lyons on the left wing over to Jake Hopper. Now Gross with it. That'll be a foul on Julian, his 2nd. That'll be the 4th team foul on Mack City.
And the one thing here, and as that foul was committed, Gross gave him a little stare down there. Relax, maintain your composure. You're up by 30 points. No need to do something stupid right now. Just keep playing your game. You've been playing well all day.
Lipponen with the ball over to Lyons. Now he spots up from 3. That one's short. Picked up by Hartman for the Comets.
And you can tell that the player that had fallen down there really messed with his focus on that shot.
Now Hartman gets it to Julian. Julian almost lost the ball. And yep, good call there. Ron Van Sloten, double dribble. Then we'll go back to the Bays.
And the one thing that I would do if I was the Brimley Bays here is put a lot of pressure on number 32 for the Comets, because you can tell his basketball IQ is not as high as a lot of the other players on this floor. Let him make the mistakes and get you guys easy turnovers so you can keep scoring the ball.
Bays with the ball leading by 30. Now Johanson in the paint, driving to the basket. Nice pass, Johanson. Nice shot by Josh Gross. He's the first Brimley player in double digits with 10.
Doing a nice job of showing patience there. Held on to that ball as he went up to the high point, came back down, was able to kiss it off the glass for the easy bucket.
Now a long three there by Machinsky, no good. Rebounded to Lions. Bays lead by 32. The running clock starts at 40. Now Lions puts up a wild shot. That's got to be a travel there as he took one too many steps. As the other Pat Van Sloten, caught that one.
That didn't look much different to the Euro step that I saw earlier in this game. It was a little more exaggerated because they were larger steps. The players have been doing that throughout the game. Make sure you call it even both ways.
Under 3 to play here in the third quarter. Now a steal by the Bays. Josh Gross, inside Lions, puts it up. No, offensive foul. Wave off the basket. Lions doesn't like that one. But Buzz Menard right there for the call.
He did have his feet set at the point of contact, but I thought as Brimley went up with the ball there, Mackinaw City player number 12 Hartman slid into position and then got his feet set. I don't think that was the correct call.
If anybody complains about being tough on officials, I'm just going to say it's you because I know all these three guys, and I know they're going to be giving me a hard time. So I'm directing them to you, sir. Now a steal by the Bays. Lipponen puts it up. And, thought Johanson might have tipped that one, but Lipponen gets the 2. He has 9. Now the Bays lead by 34. Shot underneath. No, that's going to be a foul on Gross. Late getting back his second. Josh Gross.
And a great call by the officials there.
There you go.
I just want to say I'm not particularly trying to be hard on the officials. I just want to make sure that in high school sports, the one thing that you don't want to happen is for an official to take over the game in a negative way. Just make sure that you're keeping the calls consistent. And the boys have been doing a great job this evening.
First free throw missed there by Hartman. He'll shoot one more. Now Recla and Capelli check in, replacing Jake Hopper and Josh Gross. Brimley leads 66-32. 2:25 to play here in the third quarter. Now second free throw up, and that one's good. So Hartman's on the board, and that is the first bench point by Mackinaw City tonight.
And Brimley, with that player change here, you can tell that head coach Matt Bathy is sticking with that idea of keeping legs fresh and really doing a good job of running these players around. We're getting to that point in the basketball game where your conditioning is really going to start to show up here. And Brimley, with the numbers that they have been doing a great job of taking advantage of that conditioning game today. Continue to take advantage of that. Try to expose some of the weaker, more tired players here, but continue to drive to the hoop and continue to put
Easy for you to say.
Ball in the hoop.
Other games going on in boys basketball tonight. Cedarville is at Detour. Pelston is at St. Ignace. Tonight in the Sioux, Gaylord is taking on the Sioux High Blue Devils. At last check, the home team was ahead by the score of 44-35. We'll try to get a final score there, so a nice win if that score holds up for the Blue Devil girls team. The boys team will be in action tomorrow night, taking on Gaylord on the road. So after the timeout, the Bays with the ball, leading 66-33, 2:25 to play in this third quarter. Brimley, 10 different scorers tonight, led right now by Josh Gross. He has 10. Hunter Lipponen and Dylan Carrick with 9. Now Johanson has it in the paint. Over to Lyons. He's open. Passes up to 3. Gets it to Capelli. Now Lipponen spots up from 3. That one's short. Goes right to Recla underneath, but he stepped on the end line. We'll go back to the Comets.
Brimley hasn't been doing a great job of shooting that 3-ball this evening. It's not the first time that it's come up short. Get the ball back down low and do what you've been doing well all game. Feed it off the glass, get the rebounds, get those second chance opportunities.
Comets with the ball, under 2 to play in the third quarter. Now driving the baseline, stolen right there by Johansen. Just kind of put his hands out and end up getting the ball. Now here's Capelli across the midcourt line, over to Lipponen on the right wing. Up top, Capelli. Now Capelli over to Lyons, rather. Back up top to Capelli, almost stolen. Now he thought about the 3, gets it to Lyons. Looking inside, now he'll back it out. Capelli over to Lipponen. Now Lipponen bounce past Johansen in the paint, and he got a blocking foul there on Julian. That'll be his third, team foul number 5.
Brimley doing a great job being patient with the basketball and moving it around and waiting for the right opportunity to show itself. You can see that they're getting the ball on the outside, but obviously those players aren't feeling comfortable enough from beyond the arc to put that up. Continue to show that patience, try to work it low.
Bays inbound. Here's Lipponen. Underhanded scoop shot. Good. Hunter Lipponen now with 11 to lead the Bays, and the Bays lead by 35. Minute 20 left to play here in the third quarter. Close to that running clock situation, and if it gets to 40, then we'll see the running clock throw it, unless there's a late run by Mackinaw City, but at this point, you just don't see that happening.
No, and again, it all comes down to the numbers game here. Mackinaw City has 8 players. Brimley's got an absolutely loaded bench, and not just a loaded bench, a bench that's loaded with talent. and they're able to score the basketball. And when you have a deep bench like that, you're going to make it difficult for these smaller schools to compete.
Kaleb Johanson commits the foul for the Bays. At the line, Cal O'Brien. He sinks the first free throw. He has 11. Minute 11 to play here in the third quarter. It's been all Bays. They've led throughout, leading 68-34. Now second free throw. That one rattles in. So O'Brien makes them both. He has 12. That cuts the lead to 33. Now Capelli over to Lyons. The minute left. Lipponen. Side Johanson. Now Johanson has 3 players on him. Had it stripped there by Julian. Picked up by the Comets. Here's Hartman with it. Now he had it stolen by Lyons, and it goes off of the Mackinaw City player out of bounds. Will stay with the Bays.
And if you're Kaleb Johanson, the offense that Brimley is running right now, he's getting that ball right in the middle of the paint. They're quickly collapsing on him, getting 3 players right in his face. You got to remember that when you get the ball in your hands, get it out quickly, redistribute, and get the easy bucket.
Now Capelli with the ball. Swinging on the near side, Lyons. At the free throw line, Johanson. Back out to Capelli. Now Lipponen drives the baseline, double teamed. Nice pass to Lyons. He launches the 3. That one's short. Rebounded by Johnny Russ. Now quickly down court. Cal O'Brien with it. Left elbow, swinging to Johnny Rush. He launches the 3. That one's off the mark. Goes right to Recla. Recla double team, swings it to Capelli. 20 seconds to play here in the third. Dante Capelli with the ball up top to Lyons. Now Lipponen. Lipponen over to Capelli. Now he's going to spot up from 3. That one was halfway down. Rebounded by Johanson. He puts it up and in, and he'll shoot a free throw.
Gets the and one there, but Brimley has done a nice job on the last 3 possessions of using that skip pass effectively. They're getting the ball at the point. They're getting the pressure right there, feeding it to the right side, and that's, the third straight possession where Lyons has brought it all the way back across here, feeding the ball and allowing for those easy opportunities for Brimley players to shoot.
Johanson misses the free throw. Rebound goes off a Mackinaw City player out of bounds. So the Bays will have one more opportunity here with 8.5 seconds to play.
And you think they're going to hit another buzzer beater here?
Why
because
not?
At the end of the second quarter, it sure felt like they were going to hit that shot too.
Here's Capelli to inbound. Gets it to Lipponen. 5 seconds. Up top, Recla finding Capelli. He launches from 3. No. And that one will be swatted to the midcourt line. After 3 quarters of play, it's been all Brimley. They lead 70-35 over Mackinaw City. We'll be back with the fourth quarter here on Eagle 95.1. Back in Mackinaw City, Scott Nason, E.J. Russell. After 3 quarters of play, it's been all Brimley. They lead 70-35, leading the way. Hunter Lipponen with 11, Kaleb Johanson and Josh Gross with 10. Dylan Carrick with 9, Sean Hill with 8 for Mackinaw City. Cal O'Brien with 12, and Logan Smith with 10. Comets have the ball, trailing big, as going to have a quick timeout, EJ, with 7:50 to play in the fourth quarter, as Coach John Martin saw something he didn't like. You're still coaching, even though this one is, by all intents and purposes, over. But you know what? They're big minutes for both teams, or mimics, if you will, as Mackinaw City, they're not going to play opponents like Brimley as much as maybe a Brimley will, and this is really important time for them too to try to, if not win this game, just maybe try to play an even quarter.
And I don't think they're going to get away with the win here, Mackinaw City.
No.
They're down 35 points with
not going to happen.
left in the fourth quarter. But what I like is that the coach is still coaching these kids, and obviously didn't like the setup there. It looked like Brimley might have come out in a zone defense, maybe switching it back up here. It looks like they're deciding to go man as Sean Hill is covering the inbound point guard here. But good job of continuing to coach your kids throughout the game.
Comets with the ball, trailing 70-35. Now Mackinaw City looking for some offense here. Robert Martin up top to Johnny Russ. Now Johnny Russ almost traveled there, but he kept the dribble. Robert Martin with it, being guarded by Carrick. Now Martin drives. Nice pass underneath, putting it up and in. Logan Smith, he has 12. Bays with the ball, leading 70-37. Sean Hill over to Carrick between the circles. Now near side, Zach Gross finding a wide open Josh Gross. Now Hopper up top to Carrick. Josh Gross spots up from 3, no good. Rebound goes to the center court and picked up by the Comets. Here's Cal O'Brien finding a player underneath. Russ puts it up off the glass and in. Quick little layup there. The fans like that one, Johnny Russ.
Hey, everybody likes to see the little guy score.
And he has his first 2. We're still not at the running clock just yet. Now Josh Gross, nice drive to the hoop, underhanded shot. Good, my goodness, that was a nice shot.
Really showing off his touch there. Just enough off the glass, didn't throw it up too hard, and it slowly trickled and rolled in off the rim.
Josh Gross with 12, Mackinaw City with the ball, trailing 72-39. 6:30 to play here in the fourth quarter. Coming up at post game, we'll hear from both Vance and Liam Nason on their thoughts on the game. We'll also talk to Coach Matt Bathy and possibly a player that he decides to bring up. Now Hill with the ball underneath Carrick, puts it up off the glass and in. Dylan Carrick in double digits with 11, so 4 Bays in double digits, and they have a chance to probably get 6 guys in double digits, if not more.
And anytime you get that kind of even production from that many guys, you're going to have a good chance of winning the basketball game.
Now here's Russ again, puts a wild shot picked up by Josh Gross over to Hill. Hill now trying to find Zach Gross. That one's stolen by Cal O'Brien.
And really gave away what he was trying to do there. If he would have looked, he would have seen number 24, Dylan Carrick, coming off the backside there, coming down from the three-point line. Would have been open, would have been an easy drive to the bucket and an easy 2.
Now Robert Martin launches the 3. He hits it. He has 11. So 3 Comets in double digits here tonight. 74-42 in favor of Brimley. 5:30 to play in this fourth quarter. Now Zach Gross inside to Hill. Nice low look pass. Jake Hopper puts it up and in. So every player but Dante Capelli has scored tonight for the Brimley Bays, as Hopper's first 2 now quickly down court. Picked up by the Bays. Sean Hill with it. Hill pass inside, deflected by the Comets. Now they take the ball. Running up court. 5:10 to play in the fourth. Mackinaw City trailing big. Now a long 3. Good! Johnny Russ has come off the bench with 5 for the Comets.
And he's a guy that in pregame, I was watching him, does a good job of shooting the basketball from beyond the arc. Just because he's a little guy, you can't underestimate him. Got to close in on that.
Now here's Gross as he'll be fouled, and that will send him to the line. It'll be a 1-and-1 situation. 4:56 to play in the fourth quarter. Brimley's going to win this game and improve to 5-1 on the season, as they will be off for the holidays. Be back in action on January 4th. Now at the line will be Josh Gross.
And the one thing I'm noticing real quick is look who's checking into this basketball game, number 12.
Yeah, and you know Coach Matt Bathy is cognizant of that. That's a big word for me to use in a broadcast.
Well, he's very aware of what's going on in this basketball game. He wants to make sure that he gets everybody involved.
You could also say cognizant of it.
I can't say that word right now. I'm having a hard enough time.
Now here's Gross driving to the basket, and he'll be fouled. Zach Gross will go to the line, and my youngest son here having a coughing fit. Make sure you drink some water there, Liam.
And if you're the Mackinaw City coach, the one thing I want to address here is, yes, you haven't been playing fantastic defense in this basketball game, but don't give up. There were 3 Brimley Bays down by the hoop there, 2-1 white jersey, and you don't want to give up. Continue to play hard throughout the game and make sure that your guys are driven to do their best.
76-45 Brimley, another missed free throw for the Bays, so 5 of 14 from the free throw line. A final in from Sioux High as the Sioux High Blue Devil girls team defeated Gaylord by the score of 44-35. Mackenzie Kalchik with 19 points for the Blue Devils, so a nice win by the Lady Devils. Second free throw missed by Gross, and now 2 players go to the floor for the rebound as Shornack ties up with Logan Smith, but nothing came out of that, and so we'll see if that a foul called, EJ?
Jump ball.
So the Bays will retain possession.
If I'm Matt Bathy right now, the one thing that, and watching this, you got to address the free throw shooting because it is just not there and it hasn't been there. If this is a tighter basketball game and this is a 10-point game, look at how many of those shots that you've missed. And I'm not asking your kids to shoot 80, 90%. I don't think that that's realistic to ask here. But I think shooting for a number of around 60% is something that's going to impact your flow of the game and help you win later on in the year.
That foul on Cal O'Brien, that's his 5th, so he is done for the night. Gets a nice applause by the home crowd as he will foul out with 12 points. So at the line, number 42, Brendan Shornack. He'll shoot a 1-and-1. Again, another miss for the Bays. They get their own rebound now. Sam Hopper underneath. He'll put up a shot, no, but he'll go to the line. Shooting 2. Brimley now 5 of 16 from the line, but they still lead by the score of 76-45.
And they're doing a nice job of getting to the line, and that's something that some teams struggle with, which is getting fouls in situations late in the ballgame. But if you don't capitalize, it is going to cost you later on in the season.
First free throw missed by Hopper. Coach Matt Bathy just looking at his bench. It's like, why, guys? Why? You hit these in practice, but why are we having so much trouble during game situations? And it's something that, they know. I mean, you can't tell any of the players on this team that, oh, really, we're not shooting free throws well? They know this. It's just a matter of just getting the fundamentals down, and there we go. As Sam Hopper makes the second free throw, he has 4. Bays lead 77-45, 4:20 to play here in the fourth quarter. Mackinaw City with the ball. Capelli, the only player that has not scored for the Bays tonight, so you look for him to get a couple opportunities to do that. Now up top, that's Robert Martin being guarded by Capelli. Now Martin, nice defense. Yeah, 5-second call, so Dante Capelli caused that turnover.
And right on cue, and the one thing I wanted to comment on with Capelli is, yes, he may not be on the score sheet as far as putting points in the bucket goes tonight, but he's making an impact defensively for the Brimley Bays. Doing a nice job of keeping those feet moving and following the player through to the hoop. Playing good, playing up in his face, and not letting the guys he's guarding score points.
Jake Hopper on the right wing. Bays with it. Gross over to Sam Hopper. Now inside, Jake Hopper trying to find Johanson. Pass just out of his reach. Gets it back. Puts up high off the glass. No good. Rebounded by Hopper. Now Gross with it. Over on the near side. And Coach Matt Bathy will take a timeout with 3:46 to play here in this fourth quarter. It's been all Brimley. They lead by the score of 77-45.
And the one thing here, if you're Matt Bathy, that you want to address is settle yourself down. Because just like in the end of the second half, Brimley kind of got out of their rhythm and weren't able to play with the kind of flow and fluidity that they did in that first half. Just calm yourselves down, get back to that, continue to move the ball around. But the one thing that I think that he is making sure that he points out right now is get Dante Capelli the ball. Let him get on the score sheet. He's done such a good job for you defensively and beating up those guys on the other end of the floor. Needs to be rewarded, needs to get some points here this evening.
Brimley Bays basketball sponsored by Mimic Insurance and Doug LaPrade Agency, meeting all your insurance needs. And brought to you by Chippewa County Credit Union, where all families make one union, serving all of Chippewa County. A member NCUA, an equal housing lender. Capelli shot along the baseline, no good. Picked off there by the Comets. They have the ball, trailing big. 3:30 to play in the fourth quarter. Now a long three, good. So the one thing Mackinaw City's doing well, EJ, is shooting threes.
And they're shooting them with the little guys. Where were these guys at early in the game? They're great shooters. Keep feeding them the ball.
Bays with it. Now Jake Hopper on the right wing, up top to Gross. Sam Hopper, Zach Gross, Dante Capelli, Gross, Jake Hopper on the left wing. Bays just passing around a bit. Now Sam Hopper over the far side, inside Jake Hopper. Looking for Capelli. He's open. He spots up from three. No, hits the back iron. Rebounded. Thought that one was going down. Rebounded by Lalonde. Now the Comets with it. Machinsky with the ball. Mackinaw City still fighting out there. Nice bounce pass along the baseline. Shot no good. Rebounded by Gross. Zach Gross with 2:40 to play. Quickly to Hopper. Hopper with a nice move. And he'll shoot a pair of free throws as that foul will be, I believe, on Hartman.
And the one thing that you want to make sure that you have in tough plays like that is body control. And number 22, Hopper, doing a great job of controlling his body, goes up and is able to turn and put out his rear end to keep him a little bit of space between him and the defender and allow himself to use his right hand, get it up off the glass, and attempt to make that basket.
So Hopper misses the free throw. He'll shoot one more. Now Nate Recla set to check back in for the Bays. Second free throw up by Hopper. That one's no good. So the Bays again continuing to struggle from the charity stripe. No charity involved when it's been Brimley on the free throw line this year. Now here's Julian. Drives. Puts up the right-handed shot. No good. Rebounded by Sam Hopper. Now Hopper leads the break. Hopper with it over to Capelli. Over to Gross. Near side Jake Hopper. Now he launches from three. Yes, sir! Jake Hopper with 5. And the Bays with 80. They lead 80-48. 2:10 to play here in the fourth quarter. Now on the right wing side, that's Johnny Russ. Coming up in our post-game show, we'll hear from both Vance and Liam Nason for their thoughts on the game. We'll get E.J. Russell's thoughts and his player of the game. I neglected to mention that he has to do that. Good luck with that one tonight. Josh Julian puts it in. He has 3, and we'll have a timeout. Or a whistle, I should say. And Sam Hopper gets a nice ovation from a pretty large Brimley contingent here in Mack City.
Traveled well today.
They did. Hopefully the weather will be a little better by the time we leave here.
Hopefully KFC's still open.
Yeah, we'll have to check that on the way out. They're not a sponsor usually on that. Now nice cut to the basket. Underneath in by Johanson. He has 12. That's all right. We don't even have one, so there's no competition there in the market. We're good.
Those mashed potato bowls are so delicious.
Goodness, don't even go there. It's so good. Minute 30 to play here, the fourth quarter. Comets with the ball. Brimley will improve to 5-1. As their next action will be in 2018. Seems kind of weird to say that as they'll be at home against St. Ignace. We have Sioux High hockey, I believe, that night, so we won't have that broadcast. Now a three, good by Hopper again. Jake Hopper with 8. And it's all Brimley. They lead by 35. We haven't had the running clock, so.
And that's another player for Brimley closing in on that double-digit mark, getting that kind of consistent and strong play from so many players is what's really making the difference in this game.
1 minute to play here in the fourth quarter. And at the line, number 14, Hunter Machinsky will shoot a 1-and-1. That free throw good. Machinsky with 7.
And the one thing if you want to do here, if you're Kaleb Johanson, is make sure that you're boxing out number 32, Julian, because he's done a nice job on a lot of the free throws of making a special kind of move and getting to the hoop and being there for a rebound opportunity.
Machinsky with 8. Now Brimley with the ball. Capelli, the only player not to score, and I think Mackinaw City realizes that. They try a double team on him. Now Jake Hopper with it. Zach Gross over to Capelli. 40 seconds to play. Gross over to Jake Hopper. Now inside Johansson along the baseline. Recla puts up a shot. No, that one halfway down. Rebounded by Recla. Falls it up. Good. Nate Recla with 8. And it's 87-52 Brimley. Dominating performance from start to finish on this night. In a game that they should win, but Brimley's just looked very good tonight. You know, if they didn't leave all those points at the line, they'd be looking at 100 points here tonight, EJ.
They would, and that's something that Coach Bathy needs to make sure that he addresses this week going into this holiday break for the Brimley Bays. And that's something that, as a basketball player, you should never struggle with. That should be one of the best parts of your game. Look for Brimley to improve on that before their next game.
Machinsky misses the free throw. Quickly down court, the Bays have it. Inside, Recla with double digits, as Nate Recla puts in his 10th point, and that's going to be the icing on the cake for the Brimley Bays, as they are going to dominate. Well, no, not quite the icing. Hold the cake, as we have 1.7 seconds remaining, so that'll be a foul on the Bays. So that'll send number 14, Hunter Machinsky, to the line shooting 2.
And look for the little guy to put these free throws in. This is a guy that's been shooting well throughout the game, was able to hit a three-pointer early. Obviously, shooting is something that is a strong part of his game.
Misses the first free throw. He'll have one more, so you have 5 Bays in double digits tonight, and a couple that weren't too far from it. We'll recap the scoring in the post game as Machinsky makes the second free throw, and that's going to do it. Our final score: Brimley improves to 5-1 on the season as they win by the score of 89-53. We'll be back with our post game show here on Eagle 95.1. Scott Nason, EJ Russell back in Brimley, Michigan. Back in Mackinaw City, Michigan. Our final score was Brimley with an 89-53 win over the Mackinaw City Comets. We'll recap the scoring in a while. But we're joined by one of our analysts, Vance Nason. Vance, your thoughts on tonight's Brimley victory over Mackinaw City?
Brimley played very well. I know I say this a lot, but they really worked in the paint. They got lots of points in the paint. They kind of stepped it up in the free throws a little bit. They got outside shots. They played a very well-rounded game. Except Mackinaw City, their defense just kind of fell apart, and they let Brimley walk all over them this game. Except I think that if they could have gotten offensive strategy in the paint better, with some taller guys, I think they could have definitely won this game.
Well, Vance, I want to thank you for joining us here at the post-game show, and well, you'll be celebrating Christmas, of course, with me, but thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you in 2018 back on Brimley Bays basketball.
Okay, see you next year.
Merry Christmas, bud.
All right, let's talk to EJ Russell quickly here before we get Liam Nason and his thoughts. EJ, dominating performance by the Bays. They win by the score of 89-53. Your thoughts on the game?
Great coaching. Absolutely fantastic coaching this evening. Coach Bathy doing a great job of making sure that as Mackinaw City was able to make adjustments to that press, that full-court press, that they adapted and they maneuvered and they were able to distribute the ball to a lot of different players. I believe you said earlier 5 different players this evening scoring in double digits. And that kind of production is just very, very difficult to get from your team on a regular basis. And when those things happen, it's easy to win basketball games. A great job distributing, great job getting it down to your bigs. I will have to say I do disagree with Vance in one category.
Oh, wow.
I think Brimley
tough crowd tonight.
Brimley
EJ
does need to improve on those free throws.
Well, there you go. And we're joined by our next analyst. It's just a cast of thousands here
Who's
tonight.
who tonight?
That's right. Liam Nason joining us for his thoughts on the game as Coach Bathy coming up. Liam, your thoughts on Brimley's victory tonight. What did you think?
Well, like I said earlier at halftime, I think Brimley could kind of let it slip in the next half, and they did that. They didn't do it too much, like I said. They may have cut down on some defense, maybe a little offense. I think they still did good in that category and be able to pull off the win.
They were able to pull off the win. Liam, thanks for your comments,
Welcome.
and Merry Christmas to you, and we'll talk to you in 2018 on more Brimley Bays basketball.
Merry Christmas to all and a Happy New Year.
There you go. That is well said, as we are joined here in the broadcast booth by Coach Matt Bathy and one of the players here for the Brimley Bays, number 14, Josh Gross. And, Coach, let's get to you first before we get to Josh. I mean, you look at the score sheet, and you could have had about 9 guys in double digits. You get 5 in double digits. Everybody pretty much scores on the night, dominating performance, really, from start to finish. You win 89-53. Thoughts on the game?
Well, it was okay. We wanted to play a little bit better defense. We got a little crazy at times, and I wanted these guys. I told them before the game. I said I want them to push. We've been working on pushing the ball a little bit more and playing more like a team, and we did that at times. And we had some nice plays tonight on the break. But we got our press we got a little work to do on our press the last couple games, but Josh really played a great game, getting the basket tonight. He had 12 points, I think. And
yes, he did.
Yeah.
And Josh Gross joining us. Well, Josh, it was a nice performance by you. I thought your defense, your steals, your tenacity out there was good. What were your thoughts on the game tonight?
Well, I think as a team, we did some great things, but I also think that as a team we got a lot of stuff to work on. I mean, the score doesn't really reflect how we can play. I mean, we're such a really great team, and we just have a lot of stuff to learn still, and a lot of stuff to improve on.
And Josh, we talk about this with Coach Bathy quite often, just how many guys on this team can be leading scorers on one night. I mean, you look at the score sheet right now. I mean, you had 12, you had Kaleb with 12, you have Dylan with 11, Hunter with 11, Nate Recla with 10, who I thought played some huge minutes in that first half. As somebody that's on the team, we were talking about it in the broadcast, you don't see a lot of teams that have this at any level. I'm not just talking Class D. As somebody that's, played with these guys for so long, I mean, is that something that is, obviously it's a good thing, isn't it?
We've seen this coming for some years. I mean, all these guys on this team, they're my brothers. I mean, we've done everything together. We've grown up together. I mean, I've known these guys since I could walk, and so we knew that coming up that, when I was a senior and everyone else was going to be a junior, that this team was going to really have some great dynamics and that we were going to have some threats, some scoring threats. And it's also so cool to be able to play and just not worrying about scoring. Everyone can score,
Right.
Some teams only have one guy that can score, and he's got to play good. We can have anyone play good at any given time and win games.
Coach, final question here. So you guys shut it down for a while into the Christmas holiday break. What's the schedule like before you get to play St. Ignace on January 4th?
Well, we got practice coming Thursday. We got tomorrow off. We got practice Thursday. We got a 4-day weekend, and then we get back in the gym next week for 4 days, and then another 4-day weekend, and then we're back in the gym for the rest of the season. So these guys deserve a little break. I'm pretty demanding on them. We're in really good shape, as you can see by the way we run the floor.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hurt that we have 12 guys out there either.
That helps.
So, I mean, I was subbing kids every 2 minutes. It was like hockey.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. No power plays tonight, though.
No.
Well, Josh, Coach Matt Bathy, thanks for coming up. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, and we'll see you in 2018 for more Brimley Bays basketball.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
All right,
Thank you.
great job, guys, as always, as we'll get E.J. Russell in here one more time before we go. Recapping the scoring, Josh Gross and Kaleb Johanson with 12 points for the Bays. Also had Dylan Carrick and Hunter Lipponen with 11. Nate Recla with 10. Sean Hill, Jake Hopper with 8. 6 points from Tristan Lyons. 5 points from Brendan Shornack. 2 points apiece, or rather 2 points from Zach Gross, and forgot to mention 4 points from Sam Hopper. For Mackinaw City, Logan Smith and Cal O'Brien with 12. Robert Martin with 11. Hunter Mashinsky with 9. 5 points from Johnny Russ. 3 points from Evan Kronk. Josh Julian, and 1 point from Jared Hartman. With the win, Brimley improves to 5-1, and with the loss, Mackinaw City falls to 2-2. And before we go, E.J. Russell, who first time doing color commentating with me during a basketball broadcast. Great job. Appreciate you coming on, and you have to name the player of the game tonight. What you got, sir?
Well, I think the player of the game this evening, let's just keep it consistent with the way that the end of this broadcast goes. Josh Gross really did a great job of scoring the basketball this evening. But what did it for me today for him wasn't the amount of points that he scored. It was his basketball IQ, and did a great job of making the right plays at the right times, showing his intelligence, going up in different ways, attacking the hoop, keeping the ball low, passing it down, getting it into the paint, and allowing people to get those high percentage shots. Josh Gross, player of the game.
That's going to do it here from Mackinaw City. EJ, thanks again, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you, my friend.
Merry Christmas to you, too, but I don't know if I'm going to wish a Merry Christmas to that team that's on your hoodie there.
Oh, would that be Alabama? Roll Tide.
Go Buckeyes.
Yes, indeed. Want to thank our broadcast engineer tonight, Katie Woolen, back in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, doing a fantastic job as always. Katie, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you.
Yes,
that's going to do it here from Mack City. Once again, our final score, Brimley with an 89-53 victory over the Mackinaw City Comets, and our next Brimley Bays basketball broadcast will be in 2018, as we'll have the girls' game at home against Rudyard on January 8th. We'll get back to more classic hits at random here on Eagle 95.1.